Okay, so now I will move to our topic for the day. So earlier what we covered was BPMN diagram. Our more focus was on how to create a BPMN diagram that we covered in our week one, and a brief introduction to what is, business process management and what is process mining be covered. So now we will cover more in detail what is Signavio Process Manager, what are different things you can do in Signavio Process Manager, and also we will cover quick model, how to create quick models, and all those things we will cover. Okay, I hope first week you all were able to capture everything which, or you all were able to grasp whatever we discussed, and you are now able to create a BPMN diagram. That was the expectation from the first week. I hope you all are able to do that. Okay, so I will consider it as a yes, and I will move forward. Okay, so now what is Signavio Process Manager? Correct? That's what we will look into today. So first thing, why process manager is required in business? We already discussed in detail. So quickly, I will just go through all those topics. So one is that first of all, in every company, there is a process and there is a person who is responsible for that particular role. Imagine that person is taking a leave or has left the organization. Somebody else needs to come up and take that role, correct? He needs to have a certain skill set in order to do that. I can't ask a salesperson or tomorrow a delivery person can't go and create an order. We are not expecting that to happen. So that kind of role clarity needs to be happen. Who is going to do that responsible job? So as we discussed, correct, process manager is not about just building a diagram, correct? We had earlier tools which were enough able to create a diagram. So we can create a flow chart in PPT as well, correct? What is the need of process manager, process management solutions, correct? It's not only just about creating the diagram, it also providing enough information for somebody who can go on a visual representation and can also do that perform task, whatever is needed, whatever information is needed, that also needs to be captured in the diagram. That's why we came with BPMN, where we have enough points where we can capture all those information, correct? Like example, what are different things which needs to be done. So in a simple flow chart, we can't capture all those details, correct? Not only that, there should be a collaboration tool also where we can go and check whether this is okay or not. Those kind of things also we can check for further enrichment of the diagrams and all. So that is why we need process manager. Now, SAP Signavio Process Manager. As I told, there are multiple tools available in market for process manager. What are the features of SAP Signavio Process Manager? First of all, there is a central modeling component, that is Signavio Process Manager, which where we can do all those modeling. It also has a repository which the objects which can be reused, even process models which we can reuse, even titles, positions. We will see dictionary in our upcoming sessions, where we go and create some objects which can be reused again and again. Okay, we have a defined folder structure where we can store all our documentation, all our diagrams, and not only that, we can restrict also. So suppose sales process diagram, you don't want a delivery person to see it, you can restrict those all things. So we have definite folder structure and we have access controls as well on the folder structures. Okay. Lastly, there is a reporting functionality. We will look into some reporting functionality which can help you to create documentation and all out of the process diagram which you have created. Version control is there. So whatever changes you make, there are versions stored, version 1, version 2, version 3. So you can see all those versions. We have collaborating and commenting features, as I told earlier. And we have also functionality to capture risk and controls and all those things we can do. So these all are features of SAP Signavio Process Manager, which makes it more, kind of complete business process management solution. Okay, are we okay with this?
Yes, okay.
So SAP Signavio Business Transformation Suite, when we talk about, generally it contains of 4 major things. First is Collaboration Hub. Collaboration Hub lies in the center. So when I take, Collaboration Hub, our first landing page is Collaboration Hub. it's kind of a I will say more like a dashboard where you can see all those things, whatever you build in process manager, whatever task you have to perform, whatever process insights you have done, so those all things can be published on a collaboration hub, and collaboration hub is like, dashboard you can understand, and we can also comment and we can also share feedbacks and all those things over there. Next is process manager, where which is used mostly for creating the BPMN diagrams and process models and all those things. Third is workflow administrator, which is also known as process governance in some cases, where we can create workflows. We can define workflows, and task whatever which comes to that person can be seen again in collaboration hub. And at last, we have process insights. Process insights is more on the analytical side. We can do all those, data mining capabilities and variant analysis and dashboards. Those all things we can do in process insights. Are we clear with these 4 components of business transformation suite?
Yes, Julian.
Okay, so as per my understanding, the current system you have, in that we don't have workflow administration or process governance, we don't have, correct? But we will be taking that session as well in the next week. Somewhere we will be starting with the workflow. What I will suggest, Signavio gives 1 month trial system access. So please go ahead and register for 1 month trial access. In that we will take process governance, correct? So that you can take, you can register for process governance. When we will be reaching to that topic, you would like to do hands-on on that also, correct? So for that you will need that system access. So I will suggest you for all to go and register for 1 month trial where you have that process governance also. Okay. So now moving to SAP Signavio Process Manager. What is process manager? So what are the basic things if you see in diagrams? So first is model creation, where we create models using graphical editor using quick model. Okay. What all type of diagrams we can do? We can do BPMN, we can do DMN, CMMN, value chains, customer journey maps, navigation maps, Archimate. So not all are respected to, we will not cover all these diagrams. We will cover the major ones. Second is repository. So it acts as a model creator and also as a repository where we can hold all whatever things we have done. It handles a dictionary, which is a kind of a repository for all our reusable components. We have reporting tools. We have simulation feature. We have import and export features. So example, as we discussed in our starting of the discussions, like, you would like to bring a diagram from SAP Solution Manager or what is the latest tool? I missed that name. So from there, you want to download a diagram. You can download that diagram. You can upload it into Signavio Process Manager. You can make the changes and then export it back, and you can upload over there. So those all things you can do. You can bring a diagram from some other tools as well. You can make the changes and you can export it as well. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So key take points again, quick summary of what we have discussed. Centralized process creation, collaboration tool is there. You can do repetitive tasks. You can add into a dictionary, and not only that, the main idea behind process manager is to find the areas which can be automated. Again and again, we are telling that automation is required. Lot of companies are moving to automation, but in order to identify that automation needs, process manager and process mining is the tool which will help you to exactly identify where automation is required. Okay. Okay. So we are done with this. Sorry. Quickly take away. So the next topic which we will cover today is Explorer. We will understand what are the different Explorer overview menus and all. We will be taking care. So Explorer is the central component of Process Manager. The page which we see when we log into the Process Manager, that is known as Explorer. Here we can basically what we can do. We can create and manage our folders. We can save, copy, delete, and move diagrams, all kind of diagrams which you want to move from one folder to respective folders. We can share and publish diagrams to Collaboration Hub. From here, we can publish a diagram to Collaboration Hub and it will be visible on the Collaboration Hub. We can manage the revisions and versions of the diagrams into this. We can import and export diagrams. This is more on the management of the folders and diagrams. So basically, Explorer serves two purposes. One is managing, and second is process analytics feature. What all we can do, that we will that is like dictionary. It will be reusable components. We can do a reporting out of the process diagrams. We can do a simulation of the diagrams. We already saw one basic simulation in our first weeks, and we will look into it more in detail later on. We can do diagram comparison also, like what was the previous diagram, what is the new diagram, what are the changes made. That also we saw very basic in one of our first classes. So these all things can be also done by Explorer. Is it clear?
Yes, Sujit.
Okay, so now we will go to various menus of the Explorer. I will go into that Explorer also. So first menu is new menu. This is used to basically create new folders and diagrams. When you create a new folder or anything which the current location which is open right now, there it will be created. Okay, where we are creating the new diagram or new folder, in the current location which is open in the Explorer. Okay, if you create a new diagram, a blank canvas opens and we can do that changes. And when we create a quick model, it opens in a BPMN 2 diagram mode. So basically BPMN 2.0 is the standard. There was earlier notation also, which is BPMN 1.2, or that can be converted to BPMN 2.0 also here. So these are the main features of new menu. I will quickly go in system and we will see that. What are the points we discussed? So this is my share document. So as soon as I create a new folder, so it will be created right now, which is open, share documents. It will be created here. Suppose you want to create a new folder under Mr. YM, you need to go and create here. So whatever is open there it will create. Okay, you need to understand that. Okay. So now a new folder is created over here. When I go and create a new diagram also, it will create a new diagram in this particular folder, which is open right now. Okay. So the location will be where it is open. Okay, is it clear? You need to open the particular folder where you want to create, there it will create. Okay, so I hope that is clear. The next menu is edit. So edit is used for editing the diagrams which whichever you have created. Not only that, it is also has some features like move, copy, delete, and rename. So those all things you will find in the edit menu. So you can also see comments, all those comments which you have done. You can simulate BPMN diagram, you can compare and revision diagrams. These all things can be found in edit menu. I hope that is also clear, correct? So our next menu is import and export, where you will see, we have features to import files from different your local machine. And not only that, you can download your files, whatever you have created, into a different formats into your local machine. So you can export it as a PDF, you can export as a PNG, you can export as a SVG file, so you can export as a BPMN file. So different features are there. Similarly, you can import also different kind of files here using import and export menu. So here, let me select this. So as soon as I select this, I have this edit feature. Earlier you saw this was not enabled, correct? So based on what we select, we can see what all things edit features are there. So edit diagram, edit quick model, simulate BPMN diagram, compare, revision diagrams, move, copy, delete, and rename, and so comments are there. But let's see if I go and see here into edit, you see edit quick model, edit diagram, these all are becoming disabled because this is a folder, correct? What operations we can do in folder, that we can see. We can see move, delete, change name description, descriptions, migrate EPC to BPMN 2.0. Those all some features are there, which is applicable on the folder. It's not applicable on a picture, on a diagram. Those all features will be only visible to you. In import export, we have this import. You can import an external BPMN file. You can upload a document picture. You can export diagram. You can import diagram. So let's say I go and click this, then I can use an export also. So I can export as a PDF. I can export as a PNG. So I can export these diagrams. Okay. Is it clear? These features are clear. These three menus are clear.
Thanks, please.
Okay. So next is reporting. So reporting menus allow you to create different kind of report about diagrams. So as I discussed, it has a reporting features also. So out of your diagram, you can create a report which is automatically generated. Later on, you can edit it and you can make some changes into it. So this helps non-BPMN users who are not even knows the BPMN notation, that also can make some analysis or some things out of that report. I will quickly show you how the report is generated, one of them, and then we can see what are different features over there. So let me go here and I go to the reporting features and I created process documentation PDF. So this is what I have selected and I want to create a BPMN diagram process documentation. Okay. So when I generate documentation, so it automatically generates a process documentation for you. So this is, as I told it, this is kind of a very basic, whatever details you put in, based on that, it will be generated. So more details you add, more things it will come up in these reports. Okay.
Can I customize this document?
Some little bit customization we can do, but it's pre-standard format, but we can do some customization. We will come to that also in our later classes. Okay. So this is about reporting menu. So you can generate some reports out of that. Okay.
Okay. Directly to generate the BPP solution document. Okay. So the same way we have to generate that document as well.
Yes, correct. You can generate. It will be like standard format. It will be generated, and then you can add some more values to that. Correct, obviously.
Okay.
Create a BPD diagram. You can create a use this to generate a diagram for that, report for that, and then you can customize it. Correct. You can get a very basic kind of thing, and then whatever details you want to do, you can add into that BPD.
Can you please go again on reporting tab?
Yes.
And go on your processes cost analysis.
Yes, as I told, correct. So in order to do the process cost analysis, you need to have that cost things maintained, correct? Then only you will be able to see. So let's check some of this.
Where I can maintain?
In the cost, you remember when we discussed there were attributes for cost, correct?
Okay.
So let me see. Let me see some standard one which has been used. Let's see how the cost.
Give me some example.
Yes. As I told, correct, we will come into more detail later on in our class, in future, but at least, I'm just showing what are the different options available, correct, right now. No successful result because there is no cost done. We will come into that, no issues. We'll come in later in our reporting class when we will discuss on the reportings, okay? So this is for the reporting menu. I'm just discussing the menus today. I will come into those also one by one. So there's a next menu which is share. So basically it is used to share for collaboration hub. If you want to send somebody to add some comments, some feedback. So let's say a project manager is there and he want to invite another modeler to make some changes into that, so he can say as to invite modeler to edit, so we can say it. So there's a same menu for that. Then we have two more menus which I have not discussed here. So process governance and process insights. So suppose whatever you have created, you want to post it to process governance, that we can do using process governance and process insights. Okay. So now we will go to, in Explorer, we have two views. One is, yeah, see, sorry, I don't see. Can you please show some complete standard report format created by? Okay, I will show it. So let me go there. So this is one of the 4MT process, correct? A standard SAP process. Let me try to generate a report for this one. Okay. So this is just a basic, as I told, Greg, it will be very basic. You need to, this is a template which has been started, and you can further modify it and add values to it. And we will see some modification also later, correct? So what we can change in this, or we can make some pre-templates that we can do, that we will see in our later classes. Is it okay? Should we move on? Okay. So we'll come to this reporting again later on, and we will see how we can modify those templates as well. Okay. So there are two kind of views. Generally, we see in Windows also. I'm covering all these topics so that you are aware where to check this and how to check this. Okay. So there are two kind of views. One is icon view and one is list view. In icon views, we have big pictures, and it's also shows a small preview of whatever things is in that particular diagram. Just like a thumbnail. When we see images, sometime in Windows you can see as a thumbnail image, correct, of the file details. We can also see, if some open comments are there which you have not read. So those are not unread comments. Also, you can see here as a highlighted here, like one unread comment is there for this particular diagram which is not visible. Okay. The other view is a list view. In list view, generally it appears like this, what we were seeing earlier, so generally it appears in a list. What are the things? It's not a icon view, correct? So this is a list view, and we have one icon view. I will quickly go in system and show you how to see that. So this is my list view, correct? So here we have button for icon view. When I click on icon view, you see it in this way. And when you click on list view, you see it in this way. Okay, so as I told, there are two kind of views. One is list view, which was by default when we were seeing earlier. This is a list view. And the second is the icon view, where you can see a thumbnail, and it's more like, as we discussed in Windows, we see, correct, the folders. It's similar to that. You can change the view from here. These two buttons are for changing the views. Okay. So also when you see on the list view, you have some additional features, like you want to sort on name, you can double click, it gets sorted on the name. You can double click on the, so ascending, descending, that happens. Once you click, it will be ascending. Next you click, it will be descending. So this feature is also available on list view. Okay. Managing list view, the list views which columns is visible, that you can configure. You have to go into edit general configuration. I will quickly show you where you have to go. In the setup, you have to go into edit general configuration, and there you will see table columns where you can highlight what all fields you want to see. Okay, so these you can do. You can move some column front or top, and that the way you want to see, you can manage it. Quickly we will manage one, and we'll see how to do that. So let me go here, setup, edit general configuration. So let me do one thing. Let's decide what we want to do. Let me remove this description column just for my understanding. edit general configuration. So here if I go, this is my table columns which comes in the list by default. So I want to delete this description column, correct? I deleted it, I saved it, I will refresh it. So description column is gone. I don't see that description column now. I will go ahead and add that back. So I added the description, correct? So I can add some more attribute and then we can decide, whether I want to highlight or do something. Okay, so I can save this. I hope this is clear how to change this list view columns.
Yes.
So as we saw earlier also, like, in certain cases when you create a diagram, it might not be visible immediately. So you can click on the, refresh button. Refresh button will allow you to make it, visible. It will refresh the screen. Okay, we will check it quickly later on. Okay, so whenever in the view when we create, in whichever view we always see a folder path here. So like, when we are clicking on this, check quantity and here, what folder we are currently on the COE documents, process example, core process, level 3 and 4. So these folder path can be seen over there. You can quickly navigate. Suppose I want to go to the core process folder, I can click on that core process, I will move there. I want to go on process example folders, I can go in that process example folders from here itself, So those click we can do and we can jump to that particular folder. We will see it again there also. Next is when diagram details, so whenever we see a diagram there, it is not only applicable to diagram, it is also applicable to folders. So one is preview option, the second is feed option. So feed option shows us, what are the changes which has been made, or whatever thing which has action has taken on that particular folder, that you can see in the feed folder. In the preview folder, you can see just the preview of that particular diagram. If it is a diagram, if it is a folder, there will be no preview. Okay, we will see this how it looks. So we talked about refresh. So when we click something and it is not visible there, you can click on refresh and you will see that refresh. Okay, so let me go to this view. So this is a diagram. So as soon as I click on this, I want to see that details, correct? So if I click here, expand, there are two views available. So one is preview. You can see the preview over here, whatever the changes are, what is in that particular diagram. You can see the feed also. So if you see this particular, date lines of this, so on 19th October, who created this, diagram, what was the revision 1 to 2, all those details you can see the feed of on that particular diagram. Not only on that, you can also see on folders. So on folders, you can see whatever changes has been done, who added any additional files. So those all details you can see in the feed. Okay, and in preview, you just see the folder, correct, in case of folder. When I click on diagram, you see the diagram as the preview. I hope this is clear how to see the feed and preview. And when you click on collapse, this particular thing hides. So there is one more topic, and related to this, we will see that. So the next thing is notification settings, So suppose you are a process manager and you want to see if any changes has been done, or if somebody else changes that particular diagram, you want to receive an update on that, correct? So you can go and set up a notification setting where you will receive an automated email from the system whenever any changes are done. And you will also receive a kind of daily update or weekly update, So if you set up a daily, so whatever changes are done, so today somebody changed 10 times, you don't want to receive 10 emails. On a daily level, you want to receive whatever changes has been done, that kind of update you want to receive. So you can go and enable that notification setting and you will receive those daily emails or daily, changes emails, or weekly. If you set up it, you will receive on a weekly basis, all those updates. And if you set up monthly, you can set up on a monthly basis.
Where I can receive the notification.
On the emails.
Receive the notification?
On your
On the
emails. Yeah, on your emails.
Okay.
So your user ID will have an email maintained, correct? So you will receive there. So You will receive those notifications on daily basis, on weekly basis, on monthly basis. How you want to receive those notification on all the updates, you will receive those emails. Okay. Okay, so we will quickly see how to set up that and how to cancel that. Okay, so here we have an option of subscribe to. Can you see it here? So when I go and click on any of the diagram or even on folder, so when you click on folder, any changes made to folder, you will receive an update, correct? So let's say I go and here, I go and expand. So here I see receive daily updates due to a subscription of parent folder. So I received some, I made some changes to the parent folder, probably on the BPMN. Yes, so I have maintained the receive daily updates. Let me cancel it. So yeah. So how can I subscribe? So when I added this, update, so I was receiving for all my child items as well when you add on a folder. But when you keep it restricted to a diagram, you will receive only related to that particular diagram. So how I can do? I can go on subscribe to. I can change it here daily, weekly, monthly, or cancel subscription. So once I set up this, receive daily updates of this folder. Correct? I will go ahead and cancel this. And we are done. So this is what we have done till now. So what I will want you all people to do, I just take 5 minutes. Just try all these things what we discussed. So basically what we discuss is like you change the views from list to icon view, change the list view columns, change the settings of notifications, go to the feed and all those things. So just please try all those things. I will give you 10 minutes for trying this. Okay. Is that fine? So we have covered all these views. What you should try when you try, go to the icon view, go to the list view, try to configure the list column, try to configure a notification setting, and try all those things basically, So when I share the PPT, please go ahead and try all these options. Okay. Okay. So one thing I didn't touch, I will check in later. Okay. So now we will cover what all working we can do with the folders. So generally, we have folder structures. So we have folders defined. So generally, you should uh, first of all, we can see only shared folders over there, correct? So we have one more thing, my documents, similar to like in Windows when we create my documents. When you have multiple users, only you can see that my documents. It's more kind of a private folder. When it is in under a shared folder, it is visible to everyone who has access to that particular folder. But any diagram which you create in my documents folder, only you will be able to see that. But as of now, by default, my documents is not enabled in your system. You have to enable it. So you can go ahead and enable that system into the setup and edit general configuration. Okay. So one thing we didn't touch, let me quickly touch it, show you on demo basically. So when I click on here, BPMN2, I can move to there. So when we have 10 or 15 below level folders, you can quickly navigate to that particular folder from here, when you click something. So let me see here. So I want to go to here we have. So I want to go to support process. I can go here. Okay. So by default, you don't see a My Documents folder here, correct? So you can enable that My Documents folder over here in setup, edit general configuration. So when I click on this, this is a decision whether you want to configure. So it is for all the users. So as soon as I say save it, so now I have a My Documents folder over here. So whatever you create into My Documents folder, only you can see as of now, because that's something which is in your folder. But when you create in shared folders, whoever has access to that shared folder, he can see. So if you are working on something and you don't want others to see it, you can keep it into My Documents folder. Okay, is it clear? again, I will just go ahead and make these changes because this is something which is for everybody. So you have to decide whether you want to enable it or disable it in your organization. So if you enable it, my documents, it will be a private folder only for you. Whatever work is there, only you will be able to see it. Is it clear? Sorry.
Yes, Sujit.
Okay, so you just decide whether you want to have a My Documents folder or not. If you want to have, you have to enable it from there. Please make sure you go through all this. I am putting this lot of effort in creating presentations. I have put it like, so that you go through all this thing and you can create it every time. All those details are mentioned here. Okay, so now we will check quickly, how to create a new folder, how to rename a folder. These are the activities which we will be doing right now first, and then we will see. So again, how to create a folder. New folder, test. So whichever folder is open, so here I am into share documents process example. Here I will get that test folder. Okay. How to rename it? In order to do that, you can go into, so I need to select that particular item. I need to go here and I need to change name description. So change name description. Okay, I will go ahead and delete. I don't want to clutter your system. I will go ahead and delete. So you see I have deleted it, but it's not, it's still visible. So I will go and refresh this and this is gone. Okay. So I hope everybody is clear with how to create a folder, how to change a folder. One thing again and again I'm highlighting, currently wherever you are in that particular folder path, it will be created. So I don't want to create in share documents. I need to create in BPMN. I need to go to the BPMN and then I need to create a folder over there. So now this folder will be created into BPMN. Okay. Okay. So we have done this. So the other thing is moving folder. So when we are moving folder, again, you can go into edit and you can go into move and you can select a particular folder where you are trying to move that particular file or folder. You can move that using move option. The only consider, like, when we have some published diagram, there will be a pop-up in case you don't have access. So imagine you are a delivery person, you have access to delivery department files and you want to move it to sales folder. If you don't have access to that particular folder, you will not be able to move it, correct? So folder restrictions, access restrictions will be applicable in case you are trying to move somewhere you don't have access. Okay, next is copying diagram. Suppose I want to make a copy of that particular diagram, I can make a copy. So there are two check boxes. So suppose when you create a copy, you want to copy the revision of the diagram, you will see that copy all revisions of the diagram, copy link models too. So when you have some link models to that particular diagram like subprocess and all, if you want to copy all those into a new set of diagrams, you can copy that as well. So when you select these two check boxes, it will copy all those also. If you don't select all this, both these two check boxes, it will select only the parent diagram in the current version. Is it clear?
Yes, clear.
Okay, we will see that quickly. So let me go to BPMN and let me pick up this file. So here we see version 1 to revisions 1 to 3 and revision 4. So let's say when I go and I say, sorry, I go into here and I say copy. And I say, I do not checkbox this copy all revisions to diagram, okay? So I'm copying here itself and I say copy. So here when I see there is only revision 1, correct? There is no revisions copied, okay? And we'll go ahead and delete it. And I will reference it. And here, when I go and click copy, I say copy all revisions of the diagram. So now when I go and see, you see all these revisions 1 to 4 coming here copied, correct? So you need to decide whether you want to copy with revisions, with all the linked diagrams. You can decide while copying, okay? Okay. Same thing with move. I want to move it to my some different folder. I can move it here. I need to select which folder I want to move. So I want to move into training. I can select this and I can move it. Okay. So I will not move it, but you can move it. And as I told, if you don't have access to that, or if you don't have access to publish, right? If it is a published diagram, it will give a pop-up to you for that particular issue. Okay. And you need to get the access in that case. I hope this is clear. Okay, so creating, renaming, moving, copying is clear. Next thing is removing folders and diagrams. Similar to concept of trash in Windows, here also Signavio has a concept of trash. Whenever you delete any folder or diagram, it goes and saved in trash. You can go into trash and you can delete it permanently. The benefit of trash is that by default, by mistake, if you deleted any diagram, you have an option to restore from trash. Restoring folders. So as I told, again, you can go to the trash folder and you can restore it if you want to restore a diagram which you have deleted by mistake, So there is a trash folder. First, it will go to the trash folder and there you can delete it permanently. Okay, we'll quickly see that also. Suppose by mistake, I deleted it. So as soon as I deleted, I can see this came here. I can go and restore. So I can see it back. Is it clear? Okay, so we are done with all the, create, move, change the name, delete it, restore it. We came to know what all options are available while copying and moving, what are the restrictions while copying and moving. So we are done with all the folder movement operations, how to manage the files and folders. Are we all on same page? Everything is clear to you all?
Yes, clear from.
So now we'll go to the topic which you all were eagerly waiting, I guess, the quick model. We'll start with the quick model now. Okay. So what is quick model? So we saw that, we created the diagram of a BPMN diagram using the diagram editor. There is another tool available which is known as quick model. It allows you to quickly create a BPMN diagram by putting data in kind of a tabular structure. Okay, so it has a table-based modeling. And when you put data in that table, graphical diagram will automatically generate it. So whatever diagram is generated is again, BPMN 2.0 compliant. So all those diagrams are generated in BPMN 2.0. And the diagram which you have generated, if you want to make some changes, you can make the changes in graphical editor as well. So quick model is basically used for faster modeling. So it helps you to, enables you to make process models faster. Okay. So other thing, like, you can add information on the table. So, somebody who has not so much, hands-on on the BPMN diagrams, he can use this quick model to diagram that. To generate the diagram. You can edit the diagram also in a faster way. You want to move some process up or process down, you can do that easily. Diagram information can be neatly displayed in a table, and process information can be added faster. So whatever diagram information you can see in a table, you can create a table and then you can see also there, correct? One thing we need to understand, quick model is kind of a very basic tool. It can't be used for a complex tool where decision gateways or branches are involved. Those kind of diagrams can't be drawn with quick model. It has to be very plain, like, as is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, that kind of diagram you can draw. You can add information into that. But wherever decision branches are there, gateways are there, that cannot be done using quick model. Am I clear on that? But what you can do, once you have developed a quick model, you can take that and edit that and add decision gateways. So it helps you, like, you develop that quick model diagram, 20 steps you added. Now you just need to branch the decision model, correct? So you can go ahead and branch the decision models wherever there it is, so that you can do. You can put up all your steps and then you can just branch that decision model. Okay. We will quickly try to see how we can quickly do that. Okay. So when you are creating a quick new quick model diagram, this is like kind of the thing which you need to first of all is organization, and then you have a start and end event. What are the start task and end task that you need to define? And then into organization will be your again, in quick model diagram, what are the different columns, what it will be used, that is important. So organization will be your main pool. So whatever organization details you put it, that is your main pool. Okay. Okay. Adding task. We will see in the process explorer also, but we will see. So I'm just going to the presentation right now. So first of all, you can go ahead and add task here in the columns. Who is, again, when you click on who is, like, the lane. So who is responsible for this particular task? That is how, you will come to know what will be developed out of that diagram. Okay. And whatever details you put in, you start to see that details, diagram being generated automatically in the preview section. You will see that diagram being generated. As soon as you go on adding the details, you will see that diagram is getting generated. Okay. So let us go and try to create one diagram for this process. Okay. So this is our process which I want to do: create order, release order, shipment, dispatch shipment, create invoice, receive payment, close order. So I want to create a BPMN diagram for this. In traditional way, we will go and create task and all those things. Now I will be using quick model to do that. Okay. I'm going and creating here itself. So I will go. So organization name, whatever you have put by default comes from your settings. Edit general configuration. If you see there is a sorry, I'm into this. Let me go here and quickly show you there where you have put that details. By default, any diagram organization name will come from here. So in edit general configuration, if you go and see, you have put the name of this work. So this by default comes in all diagrams, whatever you create. So what my process needs to happen. I can add some documentation here. What is the documentation detail? I can add some, process owner and all those detail here. Okay, so as I told, this is the start. So right now there is no diagram preview. This is the section for diagram preview, which will get generated as soon as we put in more details. So create order. So what is my first task? I will say order from customer. So this is create order. Okay, who is responsible for this? I want to add sales department is responsible for this. So as I told earlier, this will be my pool, and as soon as I add this who, this will become my lane. So now you can see a sales department here. Okay, is it clear? Okay, so I want to add a system, some association where I'm going to create the order. I want to create in SAP S/4HANA. So as soon as I put this, now my association with system has come, SAP S/4HANA system, correct? So after this create order, what is the next step I need to follow? I need to release the order. So let me go ahead and add release order. Again, department is sales, and this also, I don't want to add too much of details over here, system. Okay, it will clutter the diagram. I want to go ahead and create shipment. This time, this is not responsible of sales department. This is responsible of warehouse department. Okay. I can add this as a PS4HANA system. It will come like this. Okay, so I'm not adding that. So as soon as I added a new who, you see a new lane created for warehouse department. Okay. So as soon as I add a new who, you see a new lane getting created. Are we clear till now?
Yes, clear, but I have a question.
Yeah, please go ahead. Please go ahead.
Okay, Sujit, how to add the exclusive gateway or sub-process in it? Is it possible in quick model or not?
No, that's what you remember in one of my slides. So exclusive gateways and all are not possible. we will try to modify this diagram and add exclusive gateway. So you can create a basic diagram out of this quick model, and then you can edit this diagram in process model to make some exclusive gateway scenarios and all those things. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, let me do one thing. Let me add some steps so that I can add an release order or something like that. Okay. So let me go here, add activity over here, change order. I will just try to add something and I'm just adding this so that we will add later on exclusive gateway. We'll see how we can add all those things. Okay. Okay, so now this is
Sujit,
yeah.
I need to more task. I need to add more task.
More task. What do you mean by more task? We are adding.
Can you please scroll up?
Yeah.
Yeah, what, who, how, IT system. I need more task activities. I need more activities.
Yeah.
How to add? How to add?
How to add? Yes, I will come. I will come on that. Okay. So now let me go ahead and see this. After create invoice, I need to have a receipt payment that also comes to happen with payment. This also needs to happen with finance department, and then at end. Have I? Yes, I have messed with the name.
This payment process, how can we make it a sub process over here?
No, this you can save it as a sub process, correct? You can call it in a sub process. So whatever process you make, you can call it in a sub process. In another process, you can create a sub process element. You remember we saw that we can add a sub process and we can call it there.
Yeah.
So you can save this.
We made it collapsed as well now. So over here we want to change the collapse format.
No, that is not possible. As I told, quick model is just for a basic diagram. Not all the BPMN 2 features, like you can see it as a sub process. It's not possible. You create it as a process, and then you can call it in another process where you can attach it as a sub process. We will see that. We will try to see that also today. Okay. Okay.
Just Sujit, please write column in how. Please write in column how.
Okay. So this is more like a description. The order needs to be created in SAP S/4HANA based on the details received from customer. You will not see in the diagram, but you will see where I will tell you how you will see this. So you don't see that details over here, correct? You don't see that in diagram. So diagram will have details, but you can see that where you will see. I will show you that also. So the now next thing here was that we want to add something more here. You have defined some attributes and you want all those details to add, correct? So how you can do that? We will go here and there is a button, configure your table, correct? So here you can decide what all things you want to see in the table. So let's say you have somebody has created a transaction code as an attribute. Let me add it here. So now if I go, I can see a transaction code here and I can add a VA01. Okay. So these all details you are not seeing in the diagram here as such. You see it here. But when you click on the attributes, this is a preview, correct? It doesn't take you to the attributes. So let's assume that this is a process which I have created. And now this is my skeleton structure. So quick model can be used to create a skeleton structure. It is not a full-fledged tool which will be generating the complete BPMN diagram. It's just for using for generating a quick skeleton structure, and then we can modify it or adapt it as per our need. We can add gateways, we can add certain details you want to add, you can do that. But it can be used to generate at least the basic details, you can put it and you can get a basic structure out of it. Okay, you want to create a sub process, you want to do something like that, you can do that. Okay. Let me go ahead and save it. So let me name it,
Sujit,
Yes, please.
Sujit, after save, how can I edit who?
Yes, we will check that. We will check that. I will come to that. So till now it is clear, correct? What all kind of diagram you can create, it is very clear, correct? What all things you can do. So I especially added this, change order, approve order, release order, just to show you how we can add decision boxes. Earlier my diagram was pretty quick. So what I'm trying to show you how you can think of it and you can quickly design that. Okay. So my steps were basically this. So these were my basic steps, correct? So now I have saved this diagram. I have saved this diagram ordered to CAS as a BPMN, generated from the quick model. So now what I will do, I will go ahead. So this is done. I will go to my process manager. Where did I save it? Order to CAS. Okay, quick model. Okay. This is a different one. Okay. I think by mistake I didn't save it. Just hold on. I hate this. Okay, I didn't save it. That's why. Okay, so now it is saved. So you saw how I can find out, correct? So there's some search tool as well, correct? Which you can use. So here you can search by suppose earlier it was not saved. That's why it was not reflecting here. You can use it using this. So you will see all those order to cast whatever is created. So you see it in the diagrams directly. You can see in the elements also, if it is there, you can see that. I can search on some parameters. I can do some extended search here if I want to add. I can check on last modified, today, search. Why my order to cash is not coming here? Yeah. So now I can go ahead and edit. As I told, this tool is basically for just creating a skeleton diagram. It cannot draw a complete diagram. You cannot have a XOR gateways or gateways. You can't use that gateways. You can't create external elements. You can't create sub process out of it. Just a basic flow where you have some basic flow items. You can create that, and then you can edit it also. You can go ahead and edit also if you want to. Okay. So I can edit in quick model. So let's say, I created this diagram. I forgot to add an item. I can go and edit in quick model. So it opens the quick model. As long as we have not touched BPMN diagram, we have not added element, it will allow you to edit in quick model again. So I can go and edit in quick model. Let me just go and add system here just to make, okay, here, not sorry, my mistake. I want to add a system here, create segment SAP S4 HANA system. Okay, so as soon as I add, I will see this coming over here. I go ahead and save it. Okay.
Sujit,
Yeah.
can you please go again in activity setting?
Where activity setting?
Quick model, in quick model attributes, how to add customize attributes.
Oh, okay. I got it.
Yeah, go please.
Yeah, I'm going. Yeah.
I want to add there. How can I add more attributes in there? Custom attributes.
So custom attributes, once you add some more custom attributes, it will be visible over
Yes.
here.
No. How
So
can I
tell me a custom attribute which you want to add.
Processing, etc.
Okay, so let me add an indicator. Let's make something very, consulted, informed. Let me add a business process owner. Okay, business process owner. Let me add a custom attribute. So in order to add that custom attribute, first you need to add the custom attributes in process itself, in your process explorer, correct? So I'm going back here. You remember when I click on any diagram which I create, so as of now, process owner is not available, correct? So if that is not available, it will not come there also. But if you define a attributes, I go here and define notation attributes. Okay. So I'm going in BPMN diagram, BPMN core elements. So let me go, and this is my task. So these are the custom attributes added here. Okay. I want to add a custom attributes process owner. Okay.
Or can I edit the name?
Yeah, you can add your. So I can add my
Edit.
own.
Add.
What do you want to have? Process editor?
Can I edit the existing name attributes name?
No, existing attributes are standard attributes which are there, correct? If you want to create something new, you have to create your new.
Like transaction code, I have to change.
You might have to delete that attribute, maybe somewhere here. So for example, transaction code you have created wrong, then you will have to first delete it, or you can edit it here. So you want to change it here. You want to change, let's make it code here. And then where it is going. There is already a custom attributes. Already there is a custom attribute. So you need to edit it. Just example, you know. So I think it's cap sensitive, so it takes it SAP. Okay. So now transaction code in SAP. You can edit it. Okay. So whatever you add here, that will come applicable for that particular thing over there in task. Okay. So if you want to add a task, first you have to add it here, and then you can go and add in that particular. So for example, transaction codes in SAP I have done. So now if I go, I can see that transaction codes into SAP. Is it clear? First, you need to define a custom attribute. Is it clear? You want me to add a process owner? Let me go
Yes.
ahead and add it. So now I have added process owner attribute. Okay. So please delete all those things. These all are junk which we are creating, which may not be required by you. So I hope you will delete all those things. Okay, later on. Okay, so where we had that order to case 1. I go into edit quick model. So you now see the process owner. And I'm going to put sales executive. Okay. So I have put this. I have saved this. Is it clear how to add a custom attribute? So custom attributes, in order to bring it here, first you need to add in the system itself. You need to define the custom attribute at the system level. Then you can bring it here. Is it clear, Mr. Syed?
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Okay, so now let me go back and we will see how we will quickly adapt it
Sujit?
as.
Hello, Sujit.
Yeah.
After save, how can I edit who
Yes.
column?
Who column? Yes, you can edit. So I will quickly go back again because you need to see from where I came. Okay, I will go back again. Explorer was open here. So first of all, you need to find your diagram. So I used this order to cache 1 to find it, or you can go in the folder if you know where exactly it is saved. You can edit it in BPMN code, or you can edit in table editor, quick editor. So until unless you have not touched it with BPMN core elements, all the elements are same as quick model. You can go into edit quick model. You go into edit quick model. You want to change this department. You can go ahead and change this department. Let's say I'm changing this release order to a new department. Sales manager. I'm adding as a I don't know. I'm just adding as new department here, sales manager. So as soon as you create a new sales manager will also get created. Okay. So you see the sequence which it is created, I added at later on, it came here, correct? So I will have to do all those modification at my level later on. So I saved it again. Okay, I will change it again to sales department. I don't want to have an additional column just to make it back. You understood how to add it, correct? So you can go into that particular again and add it. Okay. Okay. So I'm going to close this. Now we saw how to edit it back into quick editor, correct? So till now you have not touched into BPMN diagram. You have not added core elements. You can go ahead and add in the quick model. You can go ahead and edit. Okay. Now we will try to add those branches. Okay, and whatever additional detail. And we added some detail, but we were not able to see in the diagram. We want to see them, correct? Where we will see that we will see. mistake. Now I am going into edit diagram. I'm not going to edit quick model now. I'm going into edit diagram. Now this will open graphical editor. We use the diagram, we created the diagram out of quick model, but now we will open it into graphical editor where I can see all those detail what we have added. So example, we added some roles and responsibility, we added some attributes, which you can see here, all those attributes are coming or not, correct? So example, we put that transaction code in SAP. Remember we put that, we added sales executive. So you see all those details what we put, it's coming over here, correct? Now, this is something which I wanted a gateway. So, approve order happens. So, I want to delete this. So I want to add some gateway. I will quickly go ahead. I got a skeleton diagram. I will go here. I will add this and add here, correct?
Sujit,
Yes.
after saving the diagram, we are unable to edit who column in our system.
No, have you changed it something later on, or you have not changed yet? I will come to it. So have you changed it into editor? You can't change it into editor. Once you add these all component, I will not be able to edit in quick editor. So I added a decision branch. I just, made some changes and created a new diagram, correct? So the basic idea of quick model, as again and again I said, it is just to create a outline diagram and then quickly adapt it as per your needs. So I added a decision gateway and I made some changes and I republished the diagram. So a complex diagram, in order to create a complex diagram, my time to create that has reduced significantly, correct? Because all those basic flow was generated by the quick model diagram. Okay, so now let me answer your question. So can you share your screen and show me what exactly you are facing the issue? There was some query, correct? There was some issue with somebody, correct? Who was it? Sorry, I didn't saw the name. Mr.
Mr. Omar, can you please share your screen?
Sujit, we can
Yeah,
share screen.
Yeah, I can hear you, Mr. Umar. You asked some query that after editing, you were not able to change the who, correct?
Yes,
Somebody, yes. So you will be able to change it into quick editor, or you can change it like, uh,
I can share the screen.
yeah, please go ahead and share your screen. So as long as you have not used diagram editor, once you use the diagram editor, you add some elements which is not applicable for quick editor, then it will not allow you to change. But if you have not changed into diagram editor, you can go ahead and change always in quick editor. Please go ahead and share your screen, Mr. Omar. Okay, let me show you again quickly. Let me show you again. Okay, I think we are able to do. Oh, you're showing. Okay, please go ahead. What you are trying to do? Okay. Yes. Again, this is what again and again I am telling. So this diagram was built using quick model. No, this was built using complex diagrams. Correct. So Mr. Umar, as soon as you use
Yes, Sujit.
yes, as soon as you use BPMN diagram editor, so even if I try to go and change my diagram, it will not allow because I use some of the elements which are not supported by quick editor, like decision gateways, correct? So gateways once I used, it is not applicable for quick editor. Any diagram which was drawn in quick editor and has not been touched using diagram editor, that we can modify. Till that stage we can modify. Once we go ahead and change, then it will not allow us to modify all those things. Am I clear?
Yes, Sujit.
Okay. So the diagram which I have, drawn using Quick Editor, and I have not changed it using diagram editor. I have not added any such element which is like, which is not supported by Quick Editor, like gateways or like something like that. We can edit it using Quick Editor. Once we add any such element, Quick Editor will not support it. We will not be able to change it using Quick Editor because we have added some elements which are not supporting it, like decision gateway. Let me share quickly back my screen. So we changed order to cache earlier. We saw that we were able to change that, but now I have added these elements, correct? I save it. Go back. See, now I can't change it because I added these elements. These elements are not supported by Quick Editor. Are you clear with this, Mr. Omar?
Yes.
So we can change quick edit only up to the time we have not used any elements from general editor. So we can modify till that time. Once we added something from general editor, now this we can't edit in quick model. Okay. Okay. So I hope that is clear. So please try to create a quick model diagram. Try to change it into using a diagram editor. Try to change that quick model again when you have not added anything. Till that time you can do the changes, but once you add something using general editor, something like that, you will not be allowed to change it in quick model further. Okay, so just try to do that as an assignment for today. Okay, let me see whether we covered all the topics or not. Something I have left. Okay, so we saw how to configure tasks. This was a top slide which we didn't touch. So we also added a custom attribute new, and we saw that it flowed in your configure table. So you can add those custom attributes. The custom attributes which we have to define, it's a decision which we have to make during start of the project. Okay, these are the custom attributes we want to add. Okay, and that you have to add, and those all can be used in quick editor also. Quick editor also. So key takeaways, we can create a very basic structure of the diagram, then switch to the editor to add more complex structures. Okay, it is not going to create a very complex structure, but you can get a very basic flow diagram and then you can edit it into complex structures. Okay, into the editor. Whatever diagram is generated from BPA, quick model, it is a BPMN 2.0 compliant. Okay, limitations, again we already discussed branches, subprocess, gateways, all those things we can't create in quick editor. Diagram information can be quick, clearly displayed in the table, and process information can be added even faster than in graphical editor. You have to go into the custom attribute, and then you have to define those attributes, go there and add. But in this, in a table layout itself, you can add it. So this is the quick takeaways for the quick editor. So I hope quick editor is clear with all of you, and you will be able to create a diagram using quick editor, and then later on modify it using core diagram elements. Any questions?
Not now.
Okay, so just try to draw this quick editor, and for our next class we will meet on Monday. Till that, try some drawing those diagram. If you have any issues, please come back on Monday. Okay, so we will meet on Monday again.
Take care, please.
Oh.
Inshallah.